Get aboard, quickly!
Help!
Lucy, Edmund, how wonderful to have you back in Narnia.
You're so grown up.
You look just the same.
Take me home. I don't like it here.
I'm afraid there's no going back. Rheinelf,
Yes, Your Majesty.
bring spiced wine for Queen Lucy and King Edmund.
Queen? King? King of what?
Of Narnia, sire.
Hurry, Rheinelf, the Majesties are wet through and cold.
Of course.
Well, I don't want spiced wine. Bring me Plum Tree's vitaminized nerve tonic. But only if it's made with distilled water. I never drink plain water from the tap.
Sire? Spiced wine.
I won't stay here. I demand that you put me off at the next stop. Ugh, what's that?
Reheating!
Take it away. I can't stand performing animals.
Am I to understand that this singularly discourteous person is under your Majesty's protection?
Quickly to your cabins before you all catch cold. Lead the way, Rebucci.
For the sake of the lady, even a question of honour must give way. At least for the moment.
You may have this cabin of mine, Lucy, but I'm afraid we've no women's clothes on board. I'll have to make do with these.
It's not fair. I feel ill. She gets the best cabin.
As befits a Queen of Narnia. The motion of the ship won't worry you.
I love it. We did a good deal of voyaging in our days in Narnia.
When we're all in dry clothes, I shall tell you the reason for this voyage. Boys? I am on a great mission. On my coronation day, I swore to Aslan that once peace was established in Narnia, I would sail east, for not less than a year and a day, to find my father's lost friends, or to avenge their deaths.
Who were they, your father's friends?
After my father was murdered by the wicked King Miraz, 7 lords of Narnia were banished, for no other reason than that they'd been loyal to my father, their old king.
7 missing lords. Where might they be?
Queen Lucy, King Edmund, this is the captain of our ship, Lord Drinian.
Your Majesty.
Sire? The 7 lords are either somewhere in the outlying islands or farther away in the unknown eastern seas.
Well, how long have you been at sea for so far?
Nearly 30 days, sire. Fair wind from Cape Paravel to the island of Galma, and then on to Terabithia, where we were repelled and attacked by pirates.
Ha! We should have given chase, boarded her, and hanged every mother's son of them.
We have sailed more than 400 leagues from Narnia.
And soon we'll be approaching the Lone Islands.
And after the Lone Islands?
Nobody knows, ma'am. It's years since anyone from Narnia went into those waters.
It is after the Lone Islands that the real adventure begins.
But why are we here? Did you call us?
No, though I'm very glad you came.
Perhaps someone else thought that we'd be useful on this quest.
Aslan.
That is the other thought in my mind. Aslan has always appeared from the east. Might we not on this voyage find him and greet him in his own land?
That is my high hope, sire. Why not travel to the very edge of the eastern world, into Aslan's own country?
That is a thought.
But do you think Aslan's country a sort of place that you can, well, just sail into?
I know not, madame. But there is this. When I was in my cradle, a woodwoman, a dryad, spoke this verse over me. Where sky and water meet, where the waves grow sweet, doubt not, Reepicheep, to find all you seek. There, in the utter east.
We really must go to see Eustace. It's terrible to be seasick. If only I had my magic flask with me, I could cure him.
What? Waste that precious cordial on him? Good job it isn't here.
But it is! Rhino, to the ship's medicine store. In the locked cupboard, there's a flask.
I know the one, sire.
think you're doing? Stuff is horrible. Stand there gawping. Take me to the British consul.
To the what?
Ignore him. There isn't one. Your world's beyond British jurisdiction.
How uncivilized. Why should I have to share this poky little cabin with you and you? It's not fair.
Called the Dawn Treader. And a beauty she is. A lady, as sailors say. Her lines perfect. Her colours pure. Every spar, rope and pin lovingly made.
Shifting out of engines these days. I ask you. And no wireless either, I suppose.
No wireless.
Here's the ship's mate. Prince. A good fellow who'll get our ship wherever we wish to go.
Hi, Captain Will.
They talk as though it's the Queen Mary. I've been on motorboats, on ferries that were bigger than this. It's a danger to all our lives putting to sea in a thimble like this.
Worm, pipe down.
If the young master knows so much about seagoing ships, perhaps he'd like a view from the ship's top.
Thank you very much. I've more sense than that.
Reapity, how did you manage without falling over?
It is all in the tale, madame. You may remember how important it always was to me.
Oh, Lucy, this is magnificent.
Must have a look out, shipmates.
Just stop us at once!
Jackanapes, I'll kill you for this!
Here, put that sword away. It's not safe. I'll tell Caspian. I'll have you muzzled and tied up.
Eustace, let go.
Why don't you draw your sword, poltroon? Draw your sword and fight, or I'll beat you black and blue.
Don't be silly. I haven't got a sword.
You mean you don't intend to give me satisfaction?
Look, if you can't take a joke,
Eustace!
I'll give him joke.
Give him answer. The mouse has challenged you to a duel.
I can't fight a silly joke.
Silly! Who is this creature?
But Eustace, I can lend you a sword.
I don't want to be lent a sword.
It's not a proper match, sire. Master Eustace must be handicapped. He's much bigger than his opponent.
Look here. If you think for one moment that I am going to fight with that thing...
Thing! On guard, boy!
Land ho! Land ho!
The first of the Lone Islands.
Oh, it's so long since we saw them last.
What's this?
Why not, Majesty?
It's a long time since anyone from Narnia came to these islands. It's just possible they may not acknowledge that we still rule them.
In which case, it would not be safe for you to be known as king.
We have our swords?
You and I have. If it's a case of reconquering these islands, I'd prefer to come back, thank you, with a larger army.
Good morning to you all.
Good morning to you. Is there still a governor of the Lone Islands?
Oh, to be sure there is. Governor Gumpus. His sufficiency lives in the town of Narrowhaven on the island of Doon. But you'll stay and drink with us.
We're just out for a morning stroll.
Now then, give them some ale, mates. Here you are, then. And here's Tom! Here, careful! Don't damage that beast tax. The best price of the lot, I shouldn't wonder.
Coward! Poltroon! Give me my sword if you dare!
Well, I never.
speaks. Blowed if I take less than 200 crescents for him.
So that's what you are. Kidnappers and slavers.
Oh, now. The easier you take it, the pleasanter all round, see? I don't do this for fun. Got my living to make, same as anyone else.
Where are you taking us?
Over to Narrowhaven. It's market day there tomorrow.
Is there a British consul there, Market Man?
Is there a witch?
Not a witch. A witch is a woman. The British consul, usually one they say, is always a man. And I wish to see him immediately.
Shut up! Now, the mouse is a fair treat, but this one would talk the hind leg off a donkey.
Why, you wicked, weak-livered weasel, put me down! You cross-eyed,
marvellous.
fat-headed
As good as a player, you can't help thinking he understands what he's saying.
Was it one of you trained it? Very good, I must say. A fine job.
Get on!
On!
Well, Pug, more of your usual wares.
Your lordship, don't start. You know all's done with the authority of Governor Gumpus.
They're so young. If only I had the means.
I must be off if it please your lordship.
How much do you want for that young man?
I knew your lordship would pick on the best. No deceiving your lordship with anything second-rate. Now, that boy now, well, I've got kind of fond of him myself. Of course, I'm that tender-hearted I didn't ever ought to have taken up this job. Still, to a gentleman like your lordship...
Tell me your price, Carrion. Do you think I want to listen to some rigmarole about your filthy trade?
Special price for your lordship. Only 300 crescents out of anyone else.
I'll give you 150.
Please! Please don't separate us. You don't know who
Lucy! 150 then. As for you, little maiden, I'd like to buy you all. Release the boy, Pug. And listen to me. Look after these others well while they're in your care. For if I hear anything to the contrary, it'll be the worse for you.
Now, who ever heard of a gentleman in my line of business who takes better care of their stock than what I do? I treat them as I do my own children.
That's likely enough to be true. This way, lad.
It's all your fault. Now you go free. It's not fair.
Cheer up, Lucy. We'll be together again soon, I promise. I promise.
Now, don't you start taking on and spoiling your pretty looks. Or no one will buy you at the market tomorrow. You'll be a good girl and there won't be nothing to cry about.
You needn't be afraid of me, boy. I'll not treat you badly. I bought you because you reminded me of someone.
Who's that, my lord?
Why, you remind me of my master, King Caspian of Narnia.
My lord, I am your master. I am King Caspian.
Come here, my little naughty spinner. Get up there. Get down there. Get down. Come on, get them in there.
You make very free. How shall I know this to be true?
First, by my face. Secondly, within 6 guesses, I know who you are. I have come to search for the 7 missing lords. Byrne, Octesian, Restimar. I forget the others. Finally, if your lordship will give me a sword, I shall prove in clean battle that I am the son of your old friend and master. I too am Caspian, lawful king of Narnia, lord of Cair Paravel, and emperor of the Lone Islands.
By heaven, it is his father's very voice and trick of speech. My liege, your majesty, I am Lord Byrne,
The moneys your lordship paid for our person will be made good from the royal treasury.
Sire, I have moved His Sufficiency the Governor 100 times to crush this vile traffic in human flesh.
Yes, we must talk of the state of these islands. But first, what is your lordship's story?
Short enough, sire. I came thus far with my 6 fellows, met and married a girl of these islands, and decided I'd had enough of the sea. I could not return to Narnia while your Majesty's uncle Miraz held the throne. So I've lived here, happily, I suppose, ever since.
And this governor, Gumpus, does he still acknowledge the King of Narnia for his law?
In word, yes, all is done in the king's name. But he would not be happy to find a real live King of Narnia coming upon him.
It's all your fault. It's been your fault from the beginning. You would look at that picture in the bedroom and suck up to that rotten Caspian who struts around pretending to be a king. He is a king!
Be quiet, Eustace. You don't understand anything.
I shall present myself.
If your Majesty were to come upon him alone and unarmed, your life would be in great danger. What following has your Majesty in these waters?
There's my ship just rounding the point. We're about 20 swords if it came to a fight. Let's have her in and fall upon Pug and free my friends.
Nay, not by my counsel. At the first sign of a fight, there'd be plenty of local pirates to rescue Pug.
I can't at a minute's notice get reinforcements from home. What am I to do?
I believe your Majesty must work by a show of more power than you really have. And by terror of the king's name, perhaps Gumpus can be overawed. Let us go aboard, sire.
Why not chase the slavers at once and free our friend?
Nay, Captain. Run up the king's banner, hang out all the shields, and stand as many fighting men as you can on deck.
Ship's company! Run up the king's banner! Hear the ship! Full armor! For battle!
We'll stay here tonight. Tomorrow I shall send a messenger to those good people of Narrowhaven who are said to be still loyal to your Majesty. With luck on our arrival, there will be enough of them to make such a show of welcome that it will frighten Governor Gumpus out of his wits. Captain, you will stay with the ship and guard the mouth of the harbor.
Aye. If only I were with my friends.
Tomorrow, sire. Tomorrow.
Good morning, my pretty ones. Market day today.
Make way for His Majesty Caspian, King of Narnia, Lord of Cape and Emperor of the Lone Islands.
Those are Gumpus's men. Our first task is to get past them.
For the King of Narnia, on an official visit to his trusty servant Gumpus, Governor of the Lone Islands.
Can't see His Sufficiency. No interviews without appointment, except between 9 and 10 p.m., second Saturday every month.
Uncover before your king, dog!
Do it immediately, or we'll do it for you.
Now for the real test. The governor's guards. Now hear this. King Caspian of Narnia will speak.
Captain, it is our wish that our royal visitation should be an occasion of joy and not of terror. Otherwise, I'd have something to say about the state of your men's armor and their general unpreparedness. As it is, you are pardoned. Command a cask of wine be opened, that the men may drink our royal health.
And now to the governor's office.
Can we bluff the governor himself?
Majesty, I do not think it would occur to Gumpus that anyone would come to take these islands with only 50 men. Courage.
His Excellency Caspian, King of Narnia, Emperor of the Lone Islands.
No interviews without appointments, except between 9 and 10 p.m. on the second Saturday of every month.
My Lord Gumpus, we are come to inquire into your sufficiency's conduct of your office. First, I find no record that the tribute due from these islands to the Crown of Narnia has been paid for 150 years.
That would be a question to raise at the next council meeting, which is not until next month. If anyone then moves that a commission of inquiry be set up next year...
Silence! It is also clearly written in our laws that if the tribute is not delivered, the whole debt must be paid by the governor out of his own pocket. Above all, I wish to know why you have permitted this abominable traffic in slaves.
Absolutely necessary. Free workmen demand wages. No profit for us in their souls.
Oh, slave, it is contrary to the laws and practices of our dominions and must stop.
I can take no responsibility for any such action.
Then you are relieved of your post.
But you can't!
You hereby swear to govern the Lone Islands in accordance with the old customs, laws, and practices of Narnia?
I swear, Your Majesty.
I think we've had enough of governors. I pronounce you Duke of the Lone Islands.
This is all very well, but the question is whether you gentlemen will stop play-acting...
The question is whether you and your followers will leave without a flogging or with one. The choice is yours.
Now to the slave market, and pray that we are on time.
Now, what am I bid for this pretty young lady? Very handy round the house, I'm sure a perfect housemaid. Ooh. Oh, look at her. What spirit! Such good sport to be had in the taming of her. Now, what am I bid?
200 crescents.
Done, sir! And now this fine young warrior, strong, sturdy, of good stock. Why not the two together? 2 strong boys. Only 5 crescents extra for this one. Too small. Can I get rid of this one? I tell you what, I'll throw him in for free. No? All right, this one only then. What am I bid? What am I bid for this lad?
Please don't split us up, please don't.
You do as you're told.
Stop. Caspian!
Make way! Make way for His Excellency Caspian, King of Narnia.
Hug, hear me. The slave trade is now forbidden in our dominions. I declare every slave in this market free. Lucy. And Reepicheep?
Reepicheep is here, sire!
And where's, what's his name?
Him? Take him and welcome. I've never seen such a drug on the market. Threw him in free in the end and still nobody would take him. Wouldn't have him because of his miserable face. Tax! Bring out Sulky.
I see you've been strutting around enjoying yourself as usual, while we've been prisoners. I don't suppose you've even found whether or not this place has a British consul.
Do pipe down, Eustace.
Don't say thank you, will you?
No matter. Today is a day for rejoicing. The Lone Islands are returned peacefully to Narnia. I declare a public holiday. And now back to the Dawn Treader. We sail onward, ever east.